Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wish you are all having a fantastic day today. Now, in this video, I will be doing a bulk review of the CT Toys Spider-Man that they release that is related to their bootleg of the MAFEX brand. Or is that MAFEX brand? I don't know. Either way, for me, I usually call it MAFEX. So these are all the Spider-Man figure that City Toys have released. Now, as far as original copies, I actually have this one, and I also have the Scarlet Spider, the Miles Morales, the Venom, and I forgot what that's called. That recolor, I think that's Webman. I don't have those, and I guess what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna focus my review on the sculpt and details, which includes paintwork, and then the articulation. No, maybe not the articulation because this is a bootleg of MAFEX, so I'm pretty sure that they copied the articulation of MAFEX. So I'm gonna focus more on the joints of the figure, if they were good. And then I'm gonna rank which one is the best mode to the least, not worst, least, because to be honest, all of these five bootleg, they are all good. But I'm just gonna I'm just gonna have a look at them on if there were improvements as they made the City Toys work on their process or something like that. Now, one of the questions that I had when I reviewed the Scarlet Spider, this one, is that everybody noticed that the right portion here is backward. Thank you for noticing that because to be honest, after I reviewed this, I just put it back in the box. But yeah, I want you to know, guys, that it was an easy fix. I just basically pulled this off and then reverse it, and now it's okay. But to be honest, it did not fix that issue that I have wherein the pins are uh, I mean, just look at that. It doesn't really look very good because the pins are too big for it. It just it just it's just not a good fit. I mean, just look at it. It's popping off. Okay, now that I had that out of the way, another thing that I wanna go on first is that this is an original MAFEX figure. This is an original MAFEX figure, and obviously, again, the CT toys are downsized or yeah, smaller compared to the original one. That's why I think I had this one question in the comment wherein I think he had a broken leg for an original Scarlet Spider, and he's asking me if he can buy a CT Toys and then use the leg of this one to replace it. I don't think that is possible because, as I said, uh, CT Toys are CT Toys are downgraded. So wait a minute, sorry, the figure fell down. So if you will look at the legs, it is too small. It's not this will not be a City Toys will not be a good way to for replacement parts. I don't think so because as I said, these are smaller. I don't know what gave me the idea that these are all using the same mold. I forgot that these are not bootleg of Marble Legends. These are bootleg of MAFEX, which had sculpted details. So the molds will be different. So basically, City Toys has three molds here. Oh, I mean four molds because the Scarlet Spider is a completely different mold because if you remove the hood, this coat, this is a completely blank body mold. And then we have this Venom mold wherein that spider logo is completely molded. The Miles Morales is another mold. This will be the third mold because again the logo and the web details is molded. And then these two have the same mold. Basically, this is just a recolor. Now that I have them side to side, I just realized that this is basically a reverse of the color here, wherein the red becomes blue and the blue becomes red. Anyway, as for accessories, basically these are all bootlegs of Mapex, so they have the same accessories as Mapex, except for the Scarlet Spider, wherein the CT Toys exerted some bonus item, which is this coat, which have the corrected logo because it has this huge logo in the front and at the back. Which, if you will compare it to the original one, the logo is pretty small. It has nothing in the back. CT Toys also have a copy, this type of um, hood, but I decided to put this one on because this is the one that is corrected based on the comic book. Now, if you will look at it, the coat. One of the comments when I do the Scarlet, the review on this one is that they think that this is a little oversized, which, to be honest, it does. I think when they created it, they copied the size of this one. And if you're asking me if you can use this to the original one, yes, you can. Yes, you can. It will definitely fit him. But I'm not doing it because, as you can see, the original still has better sewing and better quality. It's just unfortunate that the logo is not that accurate. Now, I don't know the order in which these figures were released, so I don't know which was the first one. And well, I can tell that this is the last one because this is the first City Toys that I bought. And then this other one, I just bought them all together as a bundle. So I'm not sure which came first. Although I'm assuming that this two one may be the one that came first. So let's first have a look at the Venom figure. Now, as far as the paint job, I can see that there is some shading here, but I'm not sure if it's shading or basically I think this is painted. This is a blue plastic painted with black, and then I can see that there is some areas that is not painted, so it's showing the blue portion, like that one, and that one that's blue. But if I'm not mistaken, I think that is also evident on the original Mafex figure. To be honest, the main reason why I don't have this is that because I was actually able to catch on the pre-order of this one, but I canceled it because there were initial reviews of it wherein there was an issue on the paint job here. In the City Toys, I think that was corrected because that is actually a superb paint job. But I saw pictures of the original Mifex figure showing that there is the paint job on of the white logo is basically very poor. There are a lot of paint overlapping on the mold, and that's actually a deal breaker for me because for a very expensive figure, I just cannot accept poor painting quality, and that's why I didn't buy it. But after that, this is one of the most in demand figure that Mafex have released. It actually sold out pretty fast. So I cannot get my hands on it as far as the original one. And I think I'm content with this City Toys copy for now. I just wish the City Toys will work on actually making their figures the same scale as the original one instead of this downsized one. So as for the paint, as you can see, there are some blue. There are some portion wherein the paint is not completely blank, so you can see a shimmer of the blue one, which if I am just not aware that the original one's also like that, I think it is their way of shading or style of shading the to show that it has some blue and black. Um, I won't like it, but I'm under the assumption that that is done intentionally, so I'm okay with it. So as for the mold and the paint job, I can say that if the rumors were true on the when the original Mepex black costume was released, I would say that this City Toys has even better paint job. Now as for the joint for a bootleg, I think it is acceptable. What I don't like with this one is that when you turn a gap is showing here. So it's very gappy here, but I don't know. Even Marble Legends have that, I guess. So as for the head articulation, I'm glad that the neck, both the joint on the neck and the head is easily moves. For the hands, the butterfly joint, um, it's a little tight, which to be honest, I actually like. So that works. Bicep, that's a good joint. There. Okay, so checking at the joints. Now let's take with the leg. Does the drop down work? It works on this side, but on this other side, okay, it also works. So it can do that. Yeah, I can see that the joints of this Venom figure is actually pretty good. My only their issue is sometimes actually they are pretty tight, but I don't think it's only on this Spider-Man one, but if you will look at it, this the leg on this one seems after I do the drop down now that I'm returning it, it's a little popped out if you will look at it. And I guess that's one of the common issue that I have usually with bootlegs. Is that okay, can we fix it? Yeah, I think it worked. So yeah, that's a pretty good joint. Next one will be the Miles Morales, which is actually one of the costume design that I like. So as far as the mold and the paint job, this actually done pretty well. So no paint issues here. This is actually one of the Mapex figures that I was not able to get, or I don't know. I'm not sure. Has this been reissued? If it has, I didn't know. So that's why I don't have it. Now for the head articulation. So the gap on this one is not as the same as the one on the Venom. But I guess my issue on this one is that the butterfly joint on this one, they seem to be stuck. They're too much. Okay, I can actually move them now, but I think they're too inside. That's what I mean. As compared to the Venom figure, I think the butterfly joint of the Venom is better compared to this one. because now when I'm trying to return the hands, look at that. I cannot pop them out. I cannot pop this out. Kind of stuck. That's why the hands are like that. I cannot put it down too much because of that issue, the butterfly joint. I think that could be fixed, but maybe some heating would do it. I mean, yeah, just look at that. It's too. I cannot. The the butterfly joints are too pressed inside, and I cannot pull them out. So that's one issue that I have with this figure. Then yeah, that's tight. The waist is too tight. I can't. Uh, it's actually stuck now, so I might heat that up. For the leg, the the toe joint specifically on this leg is a little loose. Oh, actually, it's okay now. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, correction on that one. It's actually okay now. Yeah, again, my issue on this one is that the joint here in the abdominal cut and on the waist are too tight. They're stuck. So I guess for this one, the Venom figure is better because that joint is stuck. The butterfly joints are stuck. The joint for the ab cut and the waist rotation is also too tight. They're kind of stuck. So I might have to hit that one. But this in this review, I'll be considering how the joints are from out of the box, and so far, Venom is winning. So let me just put that here. So this is number one, and yeah, look, I cannot even put it down because that butterfly joint is stuck. Again, guys, I'm reviewing the joint out of the box. I'm assuming that those can might be easily fixed by heating them up, like by hair dryer or dipping them in hot water. Now, for the next mold, I'm just gonna review this one because they are basically the same mold. Okay, this already showing the leg of this one is a little loose. I mean, just look at that. See the leg. But let me focus my review on this one. This one, my problem on this mold is the neck. It has a joint neck, but it doesn't move. Here, let's compare it to the original one. The original one doesn't have any gap, and the neck joint is actually moves. So yeah, perfect MAFEX articulation. But in the CT toys, the only joint that is moving is the ball peg here. The one on the neck is kind of stuck. It's not moving. Is it the same issue on this one? Let me just check. Yep, same thing. So it's a mold thing. The articulation that you're using is only on this one. The one on the neck is not moving. For the hands, I guess I'm gonna have the same issue on the butterfly joint as the Miles Morales one because I can already sense that they are tight. But the good thing is they are not stuck inside. But wow, this the joint on the shoulder is too tight. Okay. The joint on the up cut is okay, but the joint on the waist rotation is too tight. I mean, did you hear that? Can you hear that? For the leg, what I notice here is that I cannot put the other. Okay, it's okay now. I no, ignore it. It's okay now. The joint on this one's actually tight compared to the Webman. Okay, I can say that the joint on this one is okay, and as far as the molding, the sculpt, and the painting, I don't have any problem with it. I actually like this mold. So I think this is gonna go. Nah, I'm gonna put this as the number one. This will be my number one. Black seat number two. This will be number three. And this, since this is the same mold as that one, that's automatically number two. This one, this is the last mold that they created. But to be honest, I just don't find this very acceptable as compared to the other molds. The joint doesn't really show that much, and because of this one, that one, I mean, look, it doesn't even look straight. I'm gonna put Scarlet Spider on the last one. So yeah, so that's how I'm gonna rank them. I think this is the best one. Second will be the Venom. Third, and unfortunately, despite of the fact that Scarlet Spider is their latest release, I think it is the worst. Well, not worst, but it is the least one that I like among all the Spider-Man because, yeah, because of that joint. But if you've seen my review on this one, the joint of this one is actually pretty good. Okay, maybe I'm being unfair. Maybe I'm being unfair. I can't put this on the last one just because of that. Because aesthetically, as far as the look, that is very unsightly. But when it comes to the joint, I think this has more tight joints. This one, the Miles Morales one needs more eating up in order to fix those one, two, three, four. It has more tight joints that I think we can fix by eating up. So I cannot put this on last one just because I don't like how that elbow and the knee joint look. So yeah, so this is how I'm gonna rate them. This number one, this number two, number three, number four mold. And yeah, guys, so do you agree on my rating? If yes, please comment. If no, please also comment because uh, this is more of just more like a personal preference in my case because there may be some of you who had a better copy of this one. Because if not only for that, this will be my number one or number two. But because of that unsightly joint showing the metal pin, I rank him number three. And to be honest, among all this costume, this is my favorite. I like the mold of this one, but unfortunately, because of those tight joints on the butterfly, the waist rotation and the bicep cut, It's just gonna be the last one because this requires more work in order to fix. Anyway, guys, if you've reached this part of my video, thanks a lot. If you like my video, please don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, guys, enjoy life and keep collecting.